to run the heck out of the football, keep Josh Allen off the field. And I think we did a really good job of that, but you have to score points. I mean, we had three, and then we had an opportunity to have 6 or 9 or whatever it was. We got to score on touchdowns in the red zone. That's how you stay in these big in the games versus really good offenses. And we didn't do that early on. I think the 55-yard kick in the blizzard, that's tough. I definitely believe Jay can make that stuff. We're leaving points out there, and then all of a sudden, hey, we get lapped. We leave points out there with a turnover. What do we have? 3 turnovers again. It's hard to win football games when you're not scoring in the red zone. You're turning the ball over. Like,
your rushing attack and their rushing attack having the advantage in this game because of the conditions? Is it easier for you guys to do that, or it's harder for the defense?
I think I really liked our game plan this week with the run game, how we were doing some stuff and just like all of our downhill runs, because there was not really any cutting ability out there. I mean, like maybe I think you saw Cook, he put his foot down on one, he got the edge on it, but like there was no lateral, like you weren't seeing Josh Jacobs moves out there where he's going sideways. So it's just like getting downhill as quickly as possible. So like I don't think we were in any outside zone basically the entire day, because you just can't get width and then get downhill. So I thought I said our run game plan I thought was really efficient. And then we had a couple things that got us behind the chains, which was tough. But overall, I thought we ran the ball really well. I have no idea what. Yes, sir. Yep.
But Christian finally was himself again those first 5 or 6 runs.
Yeah.
He gets hurt, and you're dealing with a blizzard, as you said. Does it feel like, okay, what's next? Like things keep piling up.
Is that pun intended? Like snow piling? Felt it very intended. Fun things happen this weekend. I'm sorry, you asked me what do we have to do. Let's see, what do we have to do? Um, no, Coach Shanahan used this quote. I think it was like 2018 maybe, and he said, "You guys remember Tropic Thunder, where there's like a bear gets released in the gym and everyone starts to freak out and panic? Everybody panic. While I don't think there's a bear in the building, it's just like, hey, no one needs to panic. All we have to do is go out there, do your job, work really hard, and just get a little bit better and take advantage of the opportunity next Sunday. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Semi-Pro. What did I say? Tropic Thunder? Fantastic movie too, but semi-pro. Thank you.
Did you duck any of the snowballs?
I didn't get hit once.
workout. So we're looking live here at the Kingsland Pub here in San Francisco for Queen Postgame Live. Special game. We are going to be right now. Red Water on the mic speaking to the media.
Yeah, both my forearms start cramping, kind of seized up. The big thing is nothing. Yeah, just got an IV and went back in. Yeah, I came in the locker room. I seen it happen right on the screen as soon as I came in.
What does that feel like?
Demoralizing. Yeah, I mean it was. I felt like I let my team down obviously by going in, and then that happened. So we just had to try to stand up and go again.
What's your perspective on the Josh Allen, that weird Cooper play? And I mean, it's a superhuman type thing. One of those Josh. I mean, it doesn't make you feel any better, but it's just a wacky play. How do you defend it? What happened on it?
Yeah, I don't know if it was a design or if they, he just threw it out to Coop and then ran over there and they were just on the same page. We just got to find a way to just get him down and live another down.
Does the weather conditions augment what Josh Allen can do to a defense in terms of his ability to improvise and all that kind of stuff?
No, I don't think so. I think he's going to improvise no matter the weather, whether it's sunny or it's snowing. He's going to do what he does.
After that play, I saw you sitting your hands on your head, sort of staring at him for several seconds. Was it just sort of frustration, like how could all the crazy things for that now to happen?
Yeah, I mean, it's just frustration at that point. I don't know what the score was after he made that touchdown, but I mean, at that point, we need to hold them to 3 at the most, and we just couldn't stop their offense at all.
Well, Tony, it's 5-7. It's December now. Like, how do you digest this one in terms of where you guys stand?
Just watch it, go back home, get a win.
What were the conditions like? How would you describe it? I'm not saying it was an excuse at all. Both teams obviously played all that, but it was very different than a regular game without snow, traction problems. What was it like playing in those conditions?
Yeah, I mean, it was just snowing, cold, snow on the ground. Had to make sure your footing was right. That was it.
How challenging is it? We've talked about some frustrating losses. How challenging is it for you to get back to work and find a different, something else that maybe could work, or something else to focus in on, or just maybe a new perspective?
I don't think it's that difficult at all. I mean, at the end of the day, like, we're as desperate as they come to try to just get a win. Like, so I'm down for whatever. Like, I just want to win. I could care less about anything else. So whatever they need me to do, whatever we need the team to do, like, let's just do that and let's get one win.
And is it even more difficult when
And out there who are NFL players, like, let's together. No, not to that extent. Just footing. Guys being a little bit slower, and then the pass rush. Dealing with that while trying to go through reads and stuff was difficult. But I think sort of helped out the run game, and we were able to get some real good runs in. And And so, but just footing in general, and then late in the game, felt like the snow started to melt a little bit, so the ball just became a little bit more slick. And so, yeah.
I know you guys didn't throw a lot, but what's your perspective on, the first pass goes to George, and then he doesn't have any other catches the rest of the game, and just how the defenses were reacting there? How do you explain that?
No, I mean, I thought we had some good plays drawn up. It's just tough with the conditions. We're running the ball so well, and then when we did have the opportunities to throw balls, like the reads just didn't get me to George and within the play. So it's just sort of how it went. But obviously, we'd love to get George the ball as many times as we can, and it sucks that we didn't. So.
You mentioned some of the success you had in the run. Christian looked like himself, or closer to himself tonight from the beginning. He gets an 18-yard run, almost for a touchdown, and then he's hurt. What kind of hit was that to take, just in terms of morale?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we all saw what he was doing, and he was on fire, man. He looked great, hitting the holes hard and bouncing off guys and making some really explosive plays, and that's huge. And so, obviously, when you lose a guy like Christian, it sucks. And so, hopefully, we can get him back soon. And but I thought JP and Isaac came in and did a good job too. So, but yeah, I mean, it sucks. He's one of the best running backs in the league, and when you lose him like that, I think it takes away just sort of how we do some things within the offense. But it sucks. Can you say it again? No, arm felt good. Obviously it was cold and stuff, so if any other game that I played in my career and it was cold out, I'd have to do a little bit more warming up and stuff like that. So.
Pretty good. Were you thinking about it at all on that?
No, I was just trying to save a touchdown and get him out of bounds and stuff. So, but yeah, no, nothing came of it or anything. Arm feels good.
These last 2 weeks have obviously been very decisive in Boston. How does that affect the move, the feeling out?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. This just isn't the standard that that we play with. The last couple of years and stuff, our mentality of coming out to games and being the enforcers and the dominators. So to have 2 games like this back to back late in the season, it sucks. But for us, man, it's got to be next game up, and we can't be down in the dumps, man, because we still have an opportunity in front of us. So.
How expected you guys to be 5-7 at this point? How do you sort of wrap your head around how you got yourself in this position?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. All the games that we've been in outside the last 2, every drive matters. Every time you touch the ball matters, and finishing close games matters. And so now here we are, 5-7. That's just the reality of it. That's the NFL. But we got to man up and do something about it. And we have the right guys in the locker room to do that. I know that. I have faith in that. And it starts accountable for it. And we got to come together at this time of year and make it happen.
Kyle on one way asked about sort of the state of the division and where you guys stand, and said it feels like every game is must win now, just the position you were in. And now after losing again, Seattle obviously won today. How do you do these next 5 games? Where's the urgency? Where's the state of as you look ahead to try to make it work?
For sure. I mean, every game's got to be must win for us. We don't have any room clearly if we want to make the playoffs and get ahead and do the thing that we've set out to do before the season, man. Every win's got to be a must win, and so that's plain as day, and we all know that. So, like I said, we all just got to be accountable and grow from it, and we don't have a lot of room for error right now. We got to go. So.
Last one. How odd does it feel just not having Trent Williams, not having Nick Bosa, no VA, cap period? What is it like when you're on the field in the locker room?
Obviously those are some guys that have a lot of credibility with their careers and stuff and what they've done and are the best of the best. And so when you don't have those guys around, just their presence and stuff, you can feel that it's not there. So yeah, it stinks. But at the same time, like we do have guys, it's the NFL, that can step in and do their job and do it well. And so like I said, man, we gotta grow up here. We gotta grow together. And even though we don't have those kind of guys, man, we can still get it done, and I believe it. So thanks, guys.
Thank you, Brad.
All right, that's Brock Purdy. It also was Brock Purdy with his thoughts of this game that sums it up for tonight. That every game now from this point forward is a must-win for San Francisco. The Niners losing again 35-10. Last week they lost 38-10. And the last two games, the Niners have been outscored by their opponents 73-20. And not good team right now with all the injuries. Christian McCaffrey left again once again left with an injury in case you missed it. He's gonna get X-rays. We're gonna try to see what the extent of that injury. He was a non-contact injury, so that's not good going forward. It was ugly again, just like last Sunday when they lost to the Green Bay Packers. And the Niners now, with that loss, now with Seattle with their victory, the Niners sit in last place. The Niners, of course, they sit at 5-7. And really no more margin for error from this point forward for the Niners. If they're going to, try to make a run, because now as the calendar flips to December, just having some technical problems with the So if you want to come on Top 49 Football hotline number right now is 628-239-8445 or 8475 is the hotline number. Niners, not a good night. They end up falling to the Buffalo Bills by a score of 35-10. Niners with the loss now are 5-7. They're dead last in the NFC West. They trailed now the Seahawks by 2 full games in the division. They trail both the Cardinals and the Rams by 1 full game out of second place, but it really does not matter because the Niners, losing all the tiebreakers in the division, 1-3 in the division. They're 3-5 in conference play, and not looking good. And these next, and the Niners in these only 5 games up of this 24 season, of course, was just been hit by so many injuries, and so many players are hurt. Both Nick Bosa and Trent Williams did not play tonight. Bosa's still dealing with that oblique injury, and man, it's been the Niners have been a banged up, mashed up unit. The Niners are just trying to survive and try to salvage something up left of the season, and I don't have that much more to answers. We'll recap the game. We're now at 8:53. We're now at 7 minutes before the top of the hour of 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Well, 8 of you Niner fans, maybe some of you guys were up in Buffalo watching the game, but up in Orchard Park. But It's gonna be a long play, all like play back to the Bay Area, and Niners gonna have to try to get people healthy. A lot of starters out, injuries, concussions, etc., etc., etc. So we will recap this game in a few moments. And if you want to come on and talk 49er football right now, the hotline now is the number is 41. We're welcome for you to come on and talk 49er football right now. The hotline number is 628 239 8475 is the hotline number if you want to talk 49er football. So it don't look good right now for the 49ers, and you know, as these losses is just starting to pile up, and you know. So we are we're gonna be here for a bit. Our keys are covered in San Francisco. The video, by the way, is courtesy of 49ers.com. So the page has been provided by a courtesy of courtesy of 49ers.com.
Close this area in 10 minutes. Is that okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We can still open in here, just not in here.
Okay. I'm 10.
Yeah, do you need more time? If you need a little bit more time.
I get a little more time to just on post-game wrap up there.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I'll leave. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
You do that.
Okay, thank you. So, our courtesy. We're just talking to one of the guys that are getting ready to close up this part of the bar. So we'll be here for a little bit on Niners Radio 49. Niners fall to the Bills tonight by a score of, they end up losing by a score of, we're going to listen to Kyle Shanahan's press conference in a few moments. We missed that part because we got Brock Purdy, Fred Warner, and George Kittle. Niners are still, I believe, over there in Buffalo right now. They're packing up, showering, getting dressed, and head to the bus, getting on the buses and head to the airport, head back to the Bay Area. They'll get back here late night to early tomorrow morning, wee hours in the morning. And, we'll be talking about this tomorrow on 49ers Live, Monday edition, the aftermath of this, on the aftermath. We do that every Monday night after Monday Night Football. So we'll get back, hopefully, we'll get the full injury report from Kyle Shanahan. We'll have a lot tomorrow on our podcast tomorrow night. So the Niners fall tonight, and we're just going to keep trucking on, Listen.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
So, yeah, so. Alright, so we decided to fix something up. We're going to come on right now. We're now at 1 minute past the top of the hour of 9 o'clock. And hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving holiday, the wraparound, the final day of this 4-day holiday weekend, and a lot of Black Friday, some good half off on stuff. But it looks really bleak right now. The Niners are still mathematically alive for the division title. It looks very, and their chances now, their backs are definitely to the wall. And I know it's almost 2 or 3 feet into the wall. That's how bad it is. And this is an injury-plagued team matchup. We talked about it last Sunday after the Green Bay game, after our remote watch party over at the distillery of Gold Bar over there in Treasure Island. Me and Antonio Barlow, who has the Gold Bar. We talk about every year is different. And yours truly, of course, 47 years old, about to turn 48 at the end of this month. About 4 weeks from today, to be exact. We lived through the glory days of the Niners of our team. Winning the 4 Super Bowls, and that was like kind of our birthmark, the high expectations. And anytime you don't win a Super Bowl, less than a Super Bowl round in this, it's disappointing. I don't say it's failure. It's disappointing, yes, because you have to go through a grind and everything has to go right. this team is just trying to, try to ride the ship with all these injuries. Uncertainty when Christian McCaffrey will come back. Uncertainty when Bosa will him or Trent Williams be able to go next week against the Chicago Bears, a team that they've been struggling, but they're not as bad in their record. They just fired their head coach after that debacle what happened last week. And we're just, the Niners are just trying to just survive. That's the only thing you can do. If you can win out, and a few other scenarios could happen, they could get to head-to-head for a division title. That could happen, and they have a tough battle coming up within the next few weeks. They get Chicago this week, then 11 days from now on December 12th, they'll play the Rams on Thursday Night Football. And then right after that, after they play the Rams on Thursday Night Football, they'll have a mini bye week, so there'll be a little bit of break. And then after that mini bye week, they'll go down to South Florida, take on the Miami Dolphins in 3 weeks' time. They'll play the Dolphins 3 days before Christmas, and then they'll play the Detroit Lions on the 30th, the day after my birthday. It could be flexed out to a game on Fox, depending if the Niners can get their act together. And the Niners really, it's been a tough year. When you lose a Super Bowl like the way they did last year, just like it was 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago, when it lost to the same Chiefs, and they come back with injuries, and then the COVID year with all the injuries, no full preseason game, and then with the COVID stuff, them relocating down to Arizona, where the rest of their home games will be played on the away. It really was, for this year with all the injuries, it's tough. They've been hit by so many injuries that, hoping that McCaffrey could come back this season. It was exactly 1 year ago tomorrow when the 49ers ended up beating the Philadelphia Eagles in that wild one in Philadelphia, which that really was a big key of them getting the number 1 seed home field advantage. And we all see what happened to the Eagles. They went into the tank. They never really recovered from that after that against them, the defending AFC champion Eagles. And now you look at what the other side of the point is, what a year makes. And, well, we're going to continue no matter what, regardless of the Niners' record. We're going to continue to put out the best content. And I love doing here and there, doing podcasts, post-game shows, doing shows out there But, the Niners facing a prospect, that they're going to have to win out and have to get some help. And we'll recap the game in a moment. We're going to have Kyle Shanahan's recap of his press conference. We missed it. So we're going to take a little bit of a brief break, and we'll get right back to you in just a few moments. You're watching 49ers Live post-game with yours truly, Professor B, here at Keys Yard Club here in San Francisco. And we'll take this quick time out on Niners Radio 49. We'll be right back. right, welcome back. We're here at Keys Yard Pub here in San Francisco. Keys Yard Pub, we're right across the street from the Keys Yard Stadium, the original home for the San Francisco 49ers. We played there from 1946 to 1970. Great nights coming through a podcast here at Keys Yard Pub. Back to the old 49ers stomping grounds before the dynasties. So it's great. It's a great thing to do. To check live, here on those recordings. We are going to get ready to do replay Kyle Shanahan's post-game presser, talk to the after the game, his thoughts of the game, and then we'll recap the game, and then we're going to wrap it up for this evening and get you set up for the upcoming week. Tomorrow, we'll of course be our 49ers Live tonight back at the Satellite Digital Media Studios in San Francisco. We'll recap this game tomorrow, and then we'll recap the game, and then we have the recap, and then we'll have our 49ers Niners Radio 49 flashback. As we continue this series, we are celebrating the 40-year anniversary of the 49ers Super Bowl season from the year 1984. We'll take a look at week number 14 tomorrow. Recap when the 49ers taking on the Atlanta Falcons for the Niners coming into that game who already won the NFC West the previous week against the Saints, and tomorrow, and the Niners of course are in the driver's seat. All they have to do win at least one of their final. If they could win one of their final 3 games, if they could win one of their final 3 games, they'll finish the NFC best record in the conference. And they need to win more. They're a game away from wrapping up the home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs. We'll recap that game, plus week number 14 of the NFL. Not only that game tomorrow, but we'll talk a little more about it. We'll talk about it. So, in the meantime, we're going to go to Kyle Shanahan's presser, his post-game presser, and his thoughts of the game. So we're going to show you that, Professor B, right now, watching 49ers Live post-game with Professor B here at the Keys Yard Pub. Niners fall to the Bills, 35-10 on Niners Radio.
I think potentially. I'm not exactly. I think a couple weeks, but I'm not exactly sure yet.
On the 18-yard run before that, is that your
I believe so. Yeah, that's when he came out. So, and he went back in for one play and couldn't go. Are you saying lack of physicality from our offense? I mean, I thought we ran the ball real well. I think we had 120 yards at halftime. It's our passing game didn't do well, so I didn't sense a lack of physicality on our offense. I mean, the tracking is what I think got a lot of guys for both sides. As far as the turnovers, I think it got Brock on that one pass, obviously, the third down that slipped out of his hands. It makes it tough, but 6-0 in 2 weeks, and when you do that and you don't stop the run like we have in these last 2 weeks, you usually can guess the outcome.
You mentioned the traction is the slip track out there. How much does that augment Josh Allen's danger level because of his improvisational abilities?
I mean, it's hard to say it helps it or hurts it. He's got the skills no matter what the weather is. So I think potentially, I'm not exactly sure yet. I think PCL is usually a couple weeks, but I'm not exactly sure yet.
On the 18-yard run before that, is that your indication?
I believe so. Yeah, that's when he came out. So then he went back in for one play and couldn't go. Are you saying lack of physicality from our offense? I mean, I thought we ran the ball real well. I think we had 120 yards at halftime. It's our passing game didn't do well, so I didn't sense a lack of physicality on our offense.
How would you describe the conditions that was like?
Kicking is what I think got a lot of guys for both sides. As far as the turnovers, I think it got Brock on that one pass, obviously, the third down that slipped out of his hands. It makes it tough, but tough for both teams.
Did Brock have to have an injection in the shoulder for the game?
No, Brock's shoulder was totally fine. What's that? Yeah, he came back the next series.
Well, it seemed like you moved the ball well, running the ball, but then it seemed like this errors kind of caused you to turn up fumbles and just.
Yeah, I mean, I was excited with how we ran the ball in the first half. I think our 5 possessions, I think we got in their territory on all 5. Ended up getting that sack, which was disappointing, having to punt on that one. 2 missed field goals. Only coming up with 3 points was tough, especially when I think we got them 3 and out on the first drive, but I think they scored 3 straight touchdowns after that. I thought it should have been closer than 21-3 at halftime. Thought we had a chance, like last week, opening up with a big kickoff. This one didn't have a penalty, and then fumbling on the one was tough. Fumbling on the one, then they led it to points. I believe they did. They made it 28-3 fast, and we got back in it with 28-10, but then we had 2 more turnovers after that, which got none. So playing in those conditions, us having 3, them having 0, the way they ran the ball made it real tough. Well, real disappointed. We got a lot more pride in this, and I know we definitely know we have some people out and stuff, but we can play a lot better than that. Having 3 turnovers both of these weeks and getting none, I think that's 6-0 in 2 weeks, and when you do that and you don't stop the run like we have in these last 2 weeks, you usually can guess the outcome.
You mentioned the traction is the slip track out there. How much does that augment Josh Allen's danger level because of his improvisational abilities?
I mean, it's hard to say it helps it or hurts it. He's got those skills no matter what the weather is. So he's as good as it gets. And but I mean, they beat us as a team today, not just with Josh.
Does this sort of capture the frustration of the season in a sense? And Christian was running like himself again.
Yeah.
6 plays.
Yeah, it was frustrating. He had a great week of practice, and I could feel his urgency and stuff, and thought he came out great, looking real good, and it looked like he just got his shoestring there. He's about to break a house call, and I'm guessing he got hurt on that play. I don't know. I never got to talk to him, but hurt for him and tough for our team not having him.
It's hard to say that changed. That in some way changed the tenor of the game.
I mean, always when you lose some great players like that, it always doesn't help. But I thought JP came in and ran well. Thought Isaiah ran well too, and but yeah, losing Christian isn't fun.
You said last Monday, you sort of talked about the urgency, and every game felt like it must win.
Yeah.
Given that Seattle won today, where does this sort of?
And all must wins, so not much different. It was a must win this week. It's even stronger next week. So it'll be that way from here on out. This is the hole we put ourselves in, and made it a lot tougher. And if we want to get out of it, we got to do
Are you ready to see your brand on TV? Your competitors will wish they had known about Vibe. With Vibe, you can launch targeted TV and streaming ad campaigns using our powerful platform that combines simplicity with deep market insight. Not only can you choose from over 500 channels and apps, but you can also tailor your reach from nationwide audiences to local viewers with precision. Getting started with Vibe is incredibly easy. Just log in, set up your campaign by selecting your audience demographics, and decide where you want your ads to appear. Tell us your budget and watch as Vibe crafts a campaign that resonates with your financial plan. Spend your first $500 on advertising with us, and we'll give you an additional $500 in ad credit. That's right, double the impact for your initial investment. In just a few quick steps, you'll have everything you need to make your brand a star on the screen. Don't just advertise, dominate with Vibe.
Is muscle soreness holding you back? Meet the Smart Bed. It helps relieve aches and pains, contouring to you for personalized support, so you can keep on pushing your limits and hitting your stride. Hover next level. Visit sleepnumber.com.
Do something special here. What's that? We didn't throw it that much. I thought he battled, but he didn't have a lot of opportunities in the past game, and it was unfortunate that ball slipped there. That last third down, he was going to the right spot with it, and the ball just came out of his hands.
At the goal line, Mason was out with getting evaluated. The juices carried.
I don't know if he went out that time or not. I'm not sure.
Why give Kyle the ball there when he hasn't had a whole lot of ball handling this season?
We do a lot on the goal line. That was a good scheme run for the fronts that they always play down there. It's tough to run it versus their zero looks, but that was a good schemed up play to run it in versus that, and felt really good about it. I don't think Kyle's fumbled the ball in a long time. I can't remember the last time he did it. First and goal at the 4, and I don't know if he was going to score. We were going to be at the 1, so we definitely like to play. They stripped them, and they made a good play.
The conditions obviously were not ideal, but are you concerned that you had a good condition?
I'm not thinking about that right now. I know he missed 2 in that game. Conditions weren't good, but especially, the 55-yard one in those conditions, I think at the end of that half would have been an amazing kick, but I thought the one before that was one he should have made.
When you check your focus on the game and calling plays, did you ever stop for a moment and think about how crazy the conditions are? Does it feel ridiculous? What does it feel like?
It feels like what we expected. We were prepared for it. We had an idea it was going to be like that, and so we dressed warm, and you go out there and you play the game.
What gives you confidence this team can go on a run? Like they have to, given what's going on.
I'm just trying to win next week. I'm talking about going around. I'm talking about trying to get a win next week, and all you do with that is go back to work.
Coach, you struggled against the pyramid. What can you say about going against teams right now?
I got a lot of respect for Sean. I think he's a really good coach. They run a real good scheme on defense, always have. He's got a real good team.
They went 97 yards there right before the half, and I think a lot of times that's a pretty crushing drive. We came out and responded. What can be said about what was said at halftime, or what you guys did to kind of reset yourself and not let that shake you?
I'm not looking for a moral victory at all. I think what came out in the third quarter is very similar to how the first half was. I thought we were moving the ball well. We just got all the way to the 1 before we fumbled. On the other ones, we got stopped on third down and led to field goals. But it's, I thought, we felt pretty confident running the ball the whole game. Third down we knew would be a challenge and stuff, and not scoring those in the first half and fumbling on the 1, and then the score leading to what it did. Playing catch up in that game in those conditions versus that team wasn't ideal.
How much of a killer wasn't that 97-yard drive? Because the first play they ran, and you stopped and you held me 2 yards. It felt like you might have time to get the ball back.
No, it was tough. We went from where we thought we were kicking a field goal, to getting that sack and having a punt. At least we pinned them back, but it flipped pretty fast with that. So that was a tough drive. What's that? I think we're not as good of a team as those past teams. So that's kind of how I look at it. We're not the same team at all. Every team each year is different. But I'm not going to say that this team is the same as last year's team. We're just not fighting as hard. We've got a bunch of different guys out there. We've been trying to find our way since the beginning. Haven't quite found that yet. There's still a lot of season left, and we expect to play better. But I'm not going to say that our team doesn't have fight. There's no secret message. We'll watch the film, get on the plane, and come back Wednesday ready to go.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
This is the reason why I love internet subscription.
Offers a wider range of coverage than standard internet providers. It's equipped with a long-lasting without any contracts or hidden fees. What's more, the device blocks all ads. Corporations hate that. The device is powered
All right, so that was from Kyle Shanahan's post-game presser. The video feed has been provided in courtesy of the San Francisco 49ers, like the 49ers.com. We did provide that video courtesy. This is for educational purposes and all rights reserved to the 49ers. This is just to share for everybody. We want to continue to enhance Niners Radio 49, and that was from out in Buffalo at the Hyatt Mark Stadium. So they're on there. I believe right now it's now 9:27, 27 minutes past the top of the hour, 9 o'clock. 3 minutes before the bottom of the hour of 9:30 our time, local time. I believe they've gotten on the bus already, headed to the airport. They probably be on that plane all night long, and just to get, try to, lick their wounds and look at the film on the bus, and then, they'll come in, look at the film tomorrow, or then after they'll be their regular off day on Tuesday, their regular off day Tuesday, and then get back to work on Wednesday, get ready to play the Chicago Bears, who lost another heartbreaker to the last Sunday. So we're just going to take you to the scoreboard just to take a recap. We're getting close to the bottom of the hour. We want to just get this over with because we want to get ready to wrap it up for the day. And we're just going to do that right now. So I've been out here since about just give us a minute. So here we go. So we're getting ready to wrap it up here at the Keys Club here in San Francisco. Niners fall they end up falling to the Buffalo Bills. Maybe the Bills are. Well, the way they play tonight, we'll get to it in just a moment. 35-10, the final score. We're gonna just be the recap of the game. So in the first quarter, Jake Moody hit a 33-yard field goal. It's 3-0 in favor of the 49ers, and then after that, it was all Buffalo Bills from that point going forward. It was all Bills after that. It was Buffalo Bills, all Bills after that. As it was Davis's 5-yard touchdown run. It was 7-3. Then in the second quarter, Cook had a 65-yard touchdown run, 14-3. Then it looked like the Niners they were going to get a touchdown, Then Kyle Juszczyk's fumble, lost fumble down at the 1 yard line. The Bills got the ball back. They used 9 plays, 97 yards, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And it was Holland's a 7-yard touchdown, 21-3. Actually, it was later on Allen's 7-yard pass play by Allen to Baston. It was 28-3. At one point, the Bills scored 28 unanswered points. Then Gurando's 15-yard touchdown run made Isaac Gurando, the rookie, had a phenomenal year, 28-10 in favor of the 49ers. And then Jared Allen's 8-yard touchdown run on the keeper, 35-10. So the Niners just, it was all, like Arnold Schwarzenegger said, it was bad. So you look at the total net yards, the Bills had 372 total net yards of total offense to the Niners 239. Bills were penalized 5 times. The Niners only deposited this. They only were penalized twice, but the Niners suffered through 3 more turnovers. And in the last 2 games, the 49ers takeaway giveaway ratio is a -6. Then on third down efficiencies, Bills completed 6 first third downs, Niners 3. On the fourth down efficiency, 1. And then the time of possession, 20 minutes and 7 seconds for Buffalo. The Niners 15 minutes and 93 seconds. The Bills had 3 rushing touchdowns, and the Niners had 2015. And then looking at the individual stats, look at the. So, Jared Allen was 13 out of 17, threw for 148 yards for the Farmville, California native near Fresno. 2 touchdowns. Brock Purdy, 11 of 18, 94 yards, no touchdowns. Jordan Mason had a great day filling in for the injured Christian McCaffrey. We're going to try to get more on that injury later on, well, sometime late night tomorrow. And then Juan James, 3 receptions for 56 yards left the Niners. And then, so that was pretty much it for that. And by the way, and also with the Bills win tonight, coupled with the Dolphins loss on Thursday Night Football on Thanksgiving night to the Green Bay Packers, coupled with the Bills win over the 49ers tonight, the Bills clinched the AFC East title. This is their 5th consecutive year. So congratulations to, on behalf of the 49er Empire, Niners Radio 49, congratulations to the Bills Mafia. They win the AFC East for the unprecedented 5th consecutive year. They're the champions of the AFC East, and no doubt they're the class of that division. And I think they're going to be not going to relinquish that role anytime soon. The Niners right now fall to 5-7. So we're going to get ready to wrap it up for tonight. And I think, Josh Allen should be getting the MVP. If I had the credentials, if I had the voting credentials to vote, he would definitely be my MVP. So we'd like to thank all of you tonight. I'd like to thank the people over at the Keys Yard Pub here in San Francisco. Great place to come out. Some great buffalo wings, great food, great drinks, and great atmosphere here. Come on by. They open 7 days a week. This part of the kitchen is closed. They're going to be open with the drinks and stuff till about midnight, but I'm getting ready to get on out of here, get ready to head on home. I'm tired. Been here all day, prepping for the show. For all you Niner fans, thank you for tuning in tonight. I know it's a tough one, and the injuries are just piled up. We're just praying, keep our fingers crossed to see what happens with Christian McCaffrey. If it's a PCL sprain, he'll probably miss at least a couple games. But, you know, let's see how this team's going to test and keep fighting, grind, and keep fighting back, you know. So we'll see what happens. And let's just hit the slate, what's going to come up for this coming before we take off for the night, before we wrap it up for the rest of this night. The slate for tomorrow, we'll have 49ers live tonight, tomorrow night, immediately following Monday Night Football between the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. This is a rematch of the two old the rivalry going back to my youth, back in like the late 80s when it was the Denver Broncos always with John Elway, the drive back in the 86 AFC Championship game in 86, the drive against Cleveland denied the Browns to go to the Super Bowl 21. A year later, of course, the classic AFC title game at Mile High Stadium, the fumble by Ernest Biner, the Broncos dodged the bullet in that one, and then they beat them in the 89 AFC Championship game for the third time in 4 years. You only see Denver lose the Super Bowl each time. So they'll be playing Monday Night Football tomorrow night, and when I don't watch them, and I always say that the Cleveland Browns have always been my favorite AFC team. Two of the finest franchise, a great dog parent, and so we'll get a chance to after we'll be on the air immediately following tomorrow night after Monday Night Football. Niners in Denver with the 49ers live tonight. We'll recap the game. And in our Niners Radio 49 flashback tomorrow night, we'll have a look back of week number 14, the 49ers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And that was a big game for the 49ers. They were playing down at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. The Niners coming in there with a 12-1 record, with the best record in the NFC, as they've already locked up the NFC West, and a win over the Falcons in this week, the 14 matchup, a win over them, a win would give them, would clinch the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. As the Niners playing, by the way, that game was important because this was their final road game of the year, the final time they'll be out of the Pacific time zone. And after that, they're done. Their road trips are done for the year. And if they take care of business against the Falcons in this game, they would clinch home field advantage, and the road to Palo Alto for Super Bowl 19 would go through. They would not have to travel, get on a plane for the rest of the year. And of course, the playoffs as long as they keep winning. So we'll recap that game. We'll take a look back at week 14 of the NFL scoreboard. And that was also a historical day on December 2nd, 1984. A wild shootout game down at the Orange Bowl in Miami as the defending Super Bowl champion LA Raiders taking on Dan Marino and the Miami Dolphins, two of the AFC's finest teams back in the early mid-'80s. We'll take a look at that game as well, and the rest of the scoreboard from week number 14 of that 1984 season. In addition, I want to throw something in there too. We should have did it early in the year. We'll do a little pop culture and go by the Billboard Top 100. What was the top songs on that date for the week-ending date, November 30th through December the 1st or the 2nd of 1984 as well. And then later in the week, we'll take a look back of our 35-year anniversary when the 49ers at the 1989 49ers won back-to-back Super Bowls. We'll take a look back at when the Niners taking on the Atlanta Falcons over in Atlanta. Down in Atlanta for week number week 13, at the Niners, coming off that Monday night win against the New York Giants, they're trying to maintain their 2-game lead ahead of the Rams, and the Niners trying not to have a letdown and look ahead of the Falcons before their big game against the Rams the following week on Monday Night Football. We'll have a lot online. We'll get back to that game next week. And then later in the week, we'll take a look back at week number of the 1994 49ers as they had the 49ers taking on the Atlanta Falcons out at Candlestick Park for week number 14. They take on the Falcons at Candlestick as the Niners maintain the top spot in the NFC. They've already wrapped up the NFC West the previous week against the Saints, but they're trying to maintain the top spot of the NFC, trying to get that home field advantage and have it go through Candlestick for the playoffs and force the Cowboys play the NFC Championship. We look back at that game being the scoreboard around 1994 as we commemorate and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the 49ers last Super Bowl win. And boy, 30 years ago was not that long ago. Yours truly was a senior in high school at George Washington High School in the city. And a lot has changed, and we're going to pop culture as well for the 1994. All three of the Super Bowl we commemorate their anniversaries. So that's going to wrap it up now for tonight. I'd like to thank everybody here. We will, and then next Sunday, 1 week from today, we'll be back out at Santa Clara at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. 49ers taking on the Chicago Bears. We're going to try to get somebody on. Hope we get the voices of the Chicago Bears call and give a perspective on our behind the enemy segment. And we'll get some other people to come on previewing the 49ers and Bears. The mess happened in Chicago where their head coach got fired last Thursday, the day after, a couple of days ago on Friday. And we'll be back out at Levi Stadium at the Mecca next Sunday. We'll be taking another edition of 49ers Tailgate Live, 49ers Tailgate Show on Niners Radio 49. We'll be back out there, and we will definitely, and we'll give you to that next week on Niners Radio to recap of that. We'll be taping that show. We'll be putting that on the following week, and then coming up, we'll be having our 49ers or Niners Radio 49 annual holiday gift drive event. We're going to be giving out some stuff throughout the city of San Francisco for the next few weeks. And we would love doing that during this time that we're giving out for those who don't have. And I know this is in a personal perspective. I've known people. We talk about the holiday season and being thankful, we're most thankful as we now at the calendar now flip to December 1st, the final month of this 2024 year. I know for yours truly, it's been challenging. Last year, of course, back in February, now about almost 8 months ago, where the Niners lose that heartbreaking to the Super Bowl, that run they had last year, then they lose to the Chiefs in overtime, and then, yours truly was going through a transition while I was doing college baseball. I took a year off doing college baseball, but then did some at the Division I level, and I went to the community college play-by-play, and then kind of just still going through the withdrawal, the pain I had suffered after what happened in my previous venues over at both the USF and only spending 1 year over at St. Mary's, and it was the year of transition. 2024 was kind of considered a year of transition and a tale of two seasons. So I have so much to be thankful for getting out of that, closing the chapter what happened at USF and at St. Mary's in back-to-back years. And it was painful, and it really just started at the early part of the years and just take this toll on you, just the pain and the labor mentally. And I was able to get through it. So, but, even despite the Niners' disappointment up to this point, for the faithful, just hang in there. It's just, hopefully the Niners could just salvage something for the rest of this season to see what happens. From this point forward, it's nothing but a game-to-game basis. So let's, we enjoy the wins, we enjoy the W's and all that. We You learn from the losses, and, but it's gonna be, just hang in there. So we got a big schedule coming up this week. We'll have 49ers live tomorrow night, Monday night edition, the aftermath. Then we'll have 49ers live on a regular time as well. We'll have the Niners Radio 49 flashback of their Super Bowl years, and we'll get you ready for the 49ers Chicago Bears next Sunday at Levi Stadium. 1 week from today. Kickoff time will be at 1:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Catch the game on Fox Sports, the exclusive network home of Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans in February. And, looks very big for the 49ers. It may could be all she wrote for this season, but we'll see what happens. And then 11 days from now, we're right back out there at the Mecca in Santa Clara for the Niners and Rams, and the Niners will have to win both of those games. They're going to have any chance to win another division. They're trying to shoot for another division title, and it could be trying to shoot for their 4th division title in 6 years. And if they were able to come back and win the division and get into the playoffs, then anything could happen. So that's it for now. For the latest news on 49ers news and so much more, go to 49ers.com. Check us out on our YouTube page, youtube.com/@NinersRadio49. Our goal is trying to get 1,000 subscribers, and we continue to build this platform and to make it a consistent thing. We're going to have guests on and so much more. That's it for now. Professor B signing out in solo here at the Kezar Club in San Francisco, right on the border of Golden Gate Park. Once again, the final score: Niners fall to the Buffalo Bills by a score of 35-10 at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. 49ers Live postgame with yours truly, Professor B, is a presentation of Niners Radio 49, an exclusive presentation of both Niners Radio 49 and Satellite Digital Media News. Where every team has a fan, the fans a voice, the network called the champions. Professor B signing off and wish all of you a very belated happy Thanksgiving, happy Sniper or Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and keep the faith. 49ers football. Hey.